Hello, I'm Skin from Fullscreen Gaming Forum. Today I'm going to be giving you a look at Crysis 3. Now, this is the third iteration in the Crysis series, the end of the trilogy, or so they tell us. The game itself is a first-person shooter, same as the others. In terms of its multi-monitor support, it's a bit of a mixed bag. The basics of multi-monitor support are in fact there. The resolution was automatically selected when I started it. I'm running this on high, although it tried to run itself on very high, but that was a bad idea. I've got anti-aliasing disabled. VSync's on just because I find it useful. While I'm using these graphics settings, I'm probably getting around 50-60 frames per second in most cases, except for when it goes into an in-game cutscreen, because then it decides to add a load of effects over the top of it to make it look nicer, and the frame rate tanks to 30 when it does that. But basic support is good. You'll see in a minute. There is a problem with the HUD. Now, this option here, Safe Area, anybody that's played the game and has a multi-monitor system might be wondering how I managed to get it there. I've kind of hacked it in, but the hack isn't particularly clean. Basically, is the mouse still there? Yeah. The default on this will only allow you to move the HUD to here. And my mouse is being a bugger, 1 second. Yeah, we'll only allow you to move the HUD to about here, which isn't particularly great. And the HUD is pretty much stretched while it's out here. And I could force it to here. I managed to force it into the center, but then it becomes extremely squished and it's almost as useless. So I've actually positioned it so that the HUD appears here, so just off my center screen, because my center screen's here and here. The way I've done this, what's the best way to describe it? Basically, I did a trial and error approach. I loaded up a program called Cheat Engine, which is a useful tool if you're going to try and hack a game like this to fix the field of view. And what I did was originally I was looking for a increase in value, a decrease in value. So as I was moving this in, I was telling it to search for a float that was constantly decreasing, then doing it again and again and again until I found one that appeared to control this. And then all I did was I loaded up the screen, manually overwrote that variable, and clicked apply. Now, I wouldn't have had to do this because this setting is actually saved. I wouldn't have actually had to do it if the setting was saved within the configuration files rather than the profiles. The problem with it, the fact that it's saved in the profile, is the fact the profile is encrypted. And I couldn't work out how to translate it to fix it. So it's not a great fix. That's how I did it. You can try and duplicate it on your own, but in all honesty, you're probably just as well leaving it where it is. The single player doesn't particularly go really fast, so having it there isn't a massive issue. And on the multiplayer, it's automatically centered anyway. So that's how I've got it set up. I'm playing the second hardest difficulty. So we'll have a quick jump into the game. What I'm going to do is replay missions. Will it let me do this? Welcome to the jungle. Safety's off. That's the one I'm on. So yeah, I'm on the fourth mission, and I'm just going to restart it. I've watched the intro cut screen, so I'm going to let it run again. As I said, it's a mixed bag. Some of the cut screens are stretched, and some of them are not. So if this follows course, the starting cut screen should be centered.
I just scraped this from Cell's databanks. Looks like we just broke out their biggest secret. That creature was the source of Cell's energy.
The Alpha Ceph. He's way more powerful than I expected. When I was near him, I saw things the Ceph didn't want me to see. If they can get into my head, maybe I can get into theirs and find a weakness. Psycho, you know of a suit cradle nearby?
Yeah. At the skinning lab where Cell held me.
Let's link up there in 30 mics.
Be careful in there, Michael. There are some things you can never forgive.
Now, I could skip that. Once the game had loaded, you would have seen press enter to enter the game below. So this should start with an in-game cut screen, which will probably tank the frame rate below 30, but we'll see how it goes. That's not too bad. 34, 33, 32, 31, 30.
We just deployed in the swamp. Affirmative, moving to sector. All quiet. You hear that?
Nanovision enabled.
All clear over here.
So this is second highest detail.
Resume perimeter sweep. No visible target. Moving to next checkpoint.
Something there?
25 frames per second.
Must be nothing.
There's a reason why this is a cut screen.
Damn it, where'd he go?
Clear.
Clear over here too. No sign of Prophet. Call it in. Blacktail actual, this is Blacktail Niner. Delancey 4 Alpha is clear. Moving to the next quadrant, over.
Negative, Blacktail Niner. Condition Red Star Rising has been initiated by Nex. Over.
Red Star Rising. Please confirm that this is not a mistake. Over.
Confirmed. Red Star Rising has been set. Over.
No, shit. What are they thinking? Red Star Rising? What's wrong with them? I don't know. Screw Prophet. Let's get out of here. Hey! What about Stever? Fuck him. He'll catch up.
And that's why it's a cut screen.
You heard of this Red Star Rising, Psycho?
No, never.
Cell don't spook easily. Find out what you can. We'll meet up at the rendezvous.
Now that cut screen was also...
This is a complete mess. Rash and Claire are offline. You need to solo this while I figure out what's going on.
Now that cut screen taught us one other thing. I didn't realise it when I first watched it, but when I had a quick look around. See that light? I'm suspecting that will see me if I'm cloaked. Or at the very least, if I'm not cloaked, being caught in that light would be a very, very bad idea. But yeah, this is the second highest detail. And it looks pretty damn good. I'm recording this in a minute, so the frame rate's actually dropped. It's running at 37, 38, somewhere around about 40. But it was running 50 while I wasn't recording, so that's not bad for high detail. So yeah, Crysis 3 is still a game that will burn your system. If we have a look at my processor statuses, yep, both GPUs are running at 98 to 99%. Currently heated up to 81, 82 degrees C, so yeah, this is a game that will burn your computer. But it does look stunning for it. I mean,
Gundog oversight. Switching primary target. Area is now a hot zone.
did they see me? Don't know. But yeah, the graphics are brilliant in this game. I haven't been able to determine yet, or at least I've not made my mind up whether they're better than the first. They're certainly better than the second. In terms of level design, it's not as open as the original ones, but the game tends to be effectively corridors connected by these large open areas, and they are fairly large. So the way you can approach it, there's multiple ways, of course, but in terms of powers, you only have 2 active powers. That's your armor and your cloak. And you can only use one of those at a time. Things like strength and speed are done dynamically as you need them rather than automatic, or rather than manually. Personally, I'm not too sure whether I prefer it that way, but it does mean that you can't really pick up the enemies and throw them at each other, which was one of the cool things you could do in the first game. But the approach basically comes down to two ways. You can either go very, very stealthy. I mean, this bow allows you to fire while cloaked, but then so do some of the guns. But firing guns while cloaked will drain your energy, whereas this won't. The bow can kill most people in one shot, so it's an extremely powerful weapon. But you don't have to. One thing, I'm going to refer to someone else's video, Total Bistic, that is entirely wrong, Total Biscuit, basically said that it's not impossible, but it's a lot harder to do. So like what the hell?
Tango in the open. Call it in.
Gundog oversight. Gundog Niner. We need to draw fire on
Now, I did not see that light. Was it just because I was hanging around talking? Let's tag all these enemies. The AI is relatively smart, but the problem with their intelligence is that they're predictable. You can predict what they're going to do based upon a fair or a few different circumstances. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, running and gunning, it is still an option, but it's basically you can't just run and gun. If you run and gun, you are going to get yourself killed. You have to be more cautious about it. It is still a possibility, so it's not... I need to change my ammunition type. They've got a nice little group over there. Zoom in and... boom! Can I get over here before I decloak? Balls. But you have to be more tactical and more cautious about using run and gun approach. Because they will kill you very, very quickly. That was an EMP grenade. And I'm in the open.
He's not here.
No, he's not. Yeah, so you've got to be more cautious with the run and gun approach. Basically, you have to be very careful with your armor and energy amounts, but so long as you're cautious about it and don't literally just run in guns blazing, then you can do a more aggressive approach than what I'll be doing. Let me put a sight or a scope on this. There we go, that's better. Do I still have my sniper rifle? That is a handgun. It has taken my sniper rifle off me. The bloody thing. You see, this is the problem with the AI. They're predictable. So I killed one guy there, and one by one they will investigate. So this is a rather cheesy way of picking them off. I'm only doing this in a minute just because I'm missing the light. Ooh. Grenade launcher. Not like I'm actually going to use it, but still. So yeah, you can use the AI against itself. Which is not necessarily bad coding. I mean, the AI is fairly clever. They will hunt me down. You would have seen when that light came, they all zeroed in over there and started to search the area. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of just dumb. They just one by one walk to their deaths. Damn it, they've got reinforcements I need to rescan. They're closing in. In fact, they're all in water. Oh, they're not anymore, are they? That's land and I'm running out of energy. I need to hide here a second. Let's change position. Make sure there's not any more that I don't know about. He's still above me. I could use to get up there. Damn it! Energy level's okay, but yeah. He is. Very perceptive of you.
There's a unit down here. Everyone be on their toes.
Are you in range? Damn it, he thinks he saw me. The threat level creeped up a second. Can I get up there? There's an explosive barrel over there. You're mine.
Huh? What's that? I'll check it out. One of our guys is over here. He's dead.
Indeed. So are you. Why are you hiding? You don't know I'm here. Oh crap, I'm going to decloak in the middle of here. Good, they didn't see me.
All right, move on his last position.
You don't know where my last position was. That was a waste of electric arrow. And that was absolutely stupid of the AI. Right, we'll use this now. Save me arrows.
Move in and find it. Don't let it slip through your fingers. Go.
One left. He will have seen that, so he's coming my way. Sneaky bugger. One more left. He didn't have chance to call for reinforcements, so that's good. On the difficulty level I've got it on, if they get a large or a decent number of shots off at you, they're pretty much going to insta-kill you. If you put your armour on, you can last for a fair few seconds. It's normally enough to get behind cover. Or if you're behind cover, it's a good way to get off a nice nice large barrage and attack them back.
Got word of an iron horse disabled near your location. Those are their intel runners. Must be taking their dirty secrets to the shredder. Prophet, if you can get eyes on that intel, might be able to find out who tortured me.
So where is that objective? There it is. Secondary objective over there. Turret over there. That's not far out of range. Oh, that was very, very stupid of me. Right, hack this quickly. Looks like they may have snipers, but that mistake on my part has alerted them to my presence. It's not good. Better do another scan to see how many more there are. Not many. We'll keep heading in that direction. that. That. Okay, I've got the energy to keep going.
They're sending an escort for that intel. You don't have long to intercept. Not like it's important or anything, but finding out who tortured me would resolve several personal issues I have.
The voice acting, the writing this isn't, or this game isn't too bad. But fine, he wants me to rush, I'll rush a bit. You shouldn't be able to see me from there. Fucking hell. I'm not cloaked. Why am I not cloaked? Blasted turrets. You will do my bidding. Was a distraction for me. I don't have long sitting here.
I've
Oh,
located
crap
Iron
it.
Horse.
Listen up.
Brilliant. Look for the skinny lab file.
Get down there and clean up the mess.
Where the hell did he come from? That's why it's a bad idea to run and
An
gun.
Iron Horse